Hi, my name is Aryan Karani from Kid with a Camera, the channel name that has nothing to do with the content of probably what I'm going to be making in the near future. Let's get one thing straight, it is not Aryan, Aryan, I've heard them all, it's none of those. Next, I'm a sophomore taking AP Computer Science. I've noticed a lot of people struggle with the concepts, so I'm going to be teaching it on this channel and hopefully get to know the concepts a little more myself, and hopefully you can use it while reviewing for the upcoming AP exam. So what I'm going to be talking about in this episode is basically what I think you should know before going to AP Computer Science, good concepts to know. Okay, so the first thing is, what are the components of a computer? First, we have the CPU, and this will be very helpful if you want to build your own computer as well. So you have the CPU, the central processing unit, that's kind of the brains of the computer. We have two main brands in the US, Intel and AMD are probably the most popular brands you can get. The next is RAM, random access memory. There are a lot of brands for random access memory. It's basically a place where your computer can dump data, keep it stored there for later use, and so it can access it very quickly. So the next one is the graphics processing unit, or the GPU. The GPU is basically handling what's going on in the display of your computer. So I have a monitor back here, the GPU is taking care of what's going on up there. We have two main brands of GPUs, I think, NVIDIA and AMD. The thing with AMD CPUs is that you need a GPU with them. A lot of them don't come with integrated graphics, so you will need a dedicated GPU. But Intel comes with iGPUs, or integrated GPUs. You can't use this for, high power gaming, AAA games or anything like that, but it is sufficient for your everyday use, even if you're doing a little, quick video editing or something small. So on the next we have hard drives. There are two types, disk drives and solid state drives. So solid state drives are the new expensive but very, very fast version, and hard drives are the old version, which are chunkier and contain magnetic spinning disks inside them. And hard drive brands, there's a lot. There's Samsung, WD, which is Western Digital. There's SanDisk, which makes portable hard drives mostly, and your SD cards, and Seagate. How could I forget Seagate? So there's a lot of hard drive brands out there. That's the components of the computer. Okay, so next let's talk about file sizes on computers and basically how disk space is measured. First, you have the bit, which is one piece of information, the byte, which is 8 bits, the kilobyte, which is 1024 bytes, and the megabyte, which is 1024 kilobytes. Why is it not 1000? Computers. That's my only answer. So next, let's talk about binary, which is kind of how computers understand something. At the end, I think everything is converted to binary for a computer. That's how everything is stored. So binary works in a base 2 number system. It's just like our decimal number system, which is base 10. So in binary, you have two digits, 0 and 1. That's it. You have 0 and 1. The way binary works is you can convert a binary number into a decimal number. Going from right to left when you're looking at a binary number, it goes 2 to the 0th power, 2 to the 1st power, 2 to the 2nd power, 2 to the 3rd power, 2 to the 4th, 5th, 6th. It's just like when you look at our own decimal number system. If you have something like 111.1, you start at 111 just to the left of the decimal point. You have 10 to the 0, 10 to the 1st, which is in 111, the second one from the left is 10. Then you have 10 to the 3rd, 10 to the 4th, and so on. And on the right of the decimal, you go 10 to the -1, 10 to the -2, 10 to the -3. So it's very similar. So basically what I was saying in this part, since I made a lot of mistakes, is that one digit in a binary number is equal to 1 bit. So that one binary number is actually 1 byte, which is 8 bits. So 1111111, that's 8 ones, is the number 255, which is the max you can have in a 1 byte of binary. Next, let's get a little into the programming world, which is data types. I have to look at my script here because it's a very long paragraph and I'm really bad at remembering things. But data types are the containers for things in a computer program, so what you're programming. Examples are string, character, integer, boolean. Some of those might seem familiar, like character and integer, and it's exactly what they are. Character is one letter. It's usually surrounded in single quotes when you're programming. A string is basically a bunch of characters. hello world, that's a string, and it's surrounded with double quotes in most programming languages. You have the integer, which yes, it does have a limit in computers, and it doesn't have any floating points or decimal points, so you can't do 100.5 in an integer. Then we have the long and the double, which are basically more precise versions of the integer. You can put decimals on those: 100.5, 100.78910, blah blah blah. And a boolean is true or false. That's the boolean value is used to encode the value of true or false in programs. So very helpful in programming, as hopefully you will learn soon. Here's a fun fact: all of the letters, numbers, and special characters on a US keyboard are represented in something called ASCII. So capital A is ASCII number 65, and lowercase a is ASCII number 97. Now, there were a lot of limitations with ASCII because it was represented in 8-bit code, and characters from around the world were not represented, the accented E or the sterling pound symbol. So a new system, Unicode, replaced ASCII in order to support all these new characters as computers became more popular. Lastly, let's a quick background on programming languages. I think the most popular beginner language is Python. Other examples are C++, Ruby, R. What we're going to use in AP Computer Science, which is Java. All of these programming languages have their own syntax, which is basically how the language is written in the code is written. For example, Java uses curly braces while Python needs indents, and so forth. Look, there's a good chance a lot of this information in this video won't be on the AP test, but I still think if you're going into computer science or even thinking about computer science as a hobby, you should know these concepts and know the basic information in this video, and be able to know if you have to look up anything, what you have to look up for. In the next video, we'll be starting to learn about Java. So if you like the video, subscribe, hit the like button. If you have any improvements I can make to these videos, just comment down below. This is Aryan Karani from Kid with the Camera, and I'll see you later.